Hello, my name is Campbell. Welcome to my presentation. Today I'll walk you through the rebrand of Into the Wild Escapes into Rock Room, problem we set out to solve, key decisions made, and how the new brand comes to life in practice. The client is Into the Wild Escapes. They offer off-grid tiny home stays across Australia, designed for people to switch off, reconnect with nature, and recharge in sustainable seclusion. The problem is Into the Wild Escapes' current branding is minimal but lacks depth and emotional resonance. It doesn't fully communicate the uniqueness of the properties or connect with audiences on a personal level, leaving the brand feeling generic with the eco-accommodation market. Areas for design improvement, brand identity, website, consistency, and audience connection. How can Into the Wild Escapes rebrand itself to create an identity that communicates history, relatability, and a sense of sacredness, showing audiences how meaningful and special it is to slow down in nature with friends and inspiring them to want to be a part of the Into the Wild Escapes story? Rebrand direction. The new identity is anchored in Rock Room, a stone home in the Strathbogie Ranges, with a story of creation, family, and meaning. This legacy builds a narrative rich in history and significance, one people want to be a part of. It positions Into the Wild Escapes not just as accommodation, but as a curator of deeply personal, place-based escape. Research. Storytelling in branding, why it works. Drives loyalty and differentiation. Emotional storytelling builds consumer brand relationships and loyalty by triggering cognitive, emotional, and behavioral responses. Creates clearer positioning. Structured brand stories make brands authentic and distinct, guiding consistent messaging. Proven in practice. Airbnb's story-led campaigns and user-generated content shifted focus to community and belonging, deepening emotional connection. Takeaway: lead with a clear narrative and lived values. Use real stories and visuals to move beyond features into meaning. Case study: Unyoked. Their positioning: premium off-grid cabins designed for disconnection and nature immersion. The brand story is centered on escape and restoration. Their scale and momentum, a key point I would like to highlight. With over 100 cabins across Australia, New Zealand, and the UK, Unyoked recently raised 28 million to expand, signaling strong market fit. Key takeaway from this research: story-led positioning around nature, rest, and escape is clearly working in this category. There is both demand and evidence to support it. The value of place-based branding. Authenticity equals memorability. Heritage strengthens brand value. Key takeaway from this research: anchor the identity in real place and story. Use heritage and landscape to build trust, distinctiveness, and recall. The competition. Here's where the competition sits. Tiny Away and Into the Wild Escapes are basic and functional, lacking distinction. Ripper Ride creates emotional pull but doesn't own its properties. Booker's design is design-led but underdeveloped. Unyoked dominates the premium emotional space, and this is exactly where Rockroom has the opportunity to challenge. Target audience is urban professionals with high-stress careers, value eco-conscious and sustainability, design-led mindset, discovery through digital channels. For example, Jess and Alex. The Rockroom story. Built in the 1970s from stone gathered on the land, simple one-room home called the Rockroom grew into a rustic compound with cabins, fire pits, trails, and a granite boulder lookout. Generations a place to escape the city, live simply, and reconnect with nature, family, and friends. Today, its legacy inspires a new identity rooted in history, connection, and sustainable living. The project will produce a cohesive design system that responds to this rebrand, including full identity system, the homepage and two websites, four branded items, and social media mockups. The brand values: disconnection for connection, grounded in nature, togetherness, exploration and adventure, sustainable living, legacy of place. The purpose, vision, and mission. I won't read through all of it now, but I encourage you to look over it in your own time. Development process, as listed here. The logo. These mood boards ground the brand in the Rock Room's landscape while pulling from modern, minimal, progressive design, setting the tone for typography, color, and form. I explored monospaced and typewriter fonts, rooted in tradition and old print systems, yet structured and modern, a balance of heritage and progress, just like Rock Room. These sketches explore different ways to capture Rock Room, from the stone house to the valley, testing how heritage, nature, and escapism come together in a distinctive brand mark. Here are some refinements of the two main brand marks I decided to progress further. Here I explored color palette, inspired by the land. I refined the logo with circular, a modern monospace typeface that feels progressive while preserving heritage. The wattle yellow was introduced as the hero color, alongside a secondary icon for small scale and alternative application. The Rockroom logo system is built for flexibility and recognition. The primary logo unites wordmark and brand mark, while the wordmark alone delivers a clean, minimal look. Secondary and brand mark variations adapt seamlessly across digital, print, and merch, always keeping the identity unmistakable. The main brand mark is authentic to the original Rock Room by incorporating stonework, escapism, and the view of the valley, as well as the new Rock Room in the foreground. This slide is the full brand overview, which goes into the history of Rock Room and what it represents. I won't read it all of it now, but I encourage you to look over it in your own time. Tone of voice. Rock Room's tone of voice is warm, authentic, and inclusive, rooted in heritage and nature, yet minimal, modern, and honest. It creates belonging through simplicity and reflection, adding the depth and emotional connection that Into the Wild Escapes lack. The clear space keeps the Rock Room logo clean, consistent, and instantly recognizable, giving the identity room to breathe. To protect the Rock Room identity, the logo must stay consistent, never rotated, recolored, stretched, or lost on busy background. Our primary typeface, circular mono, connects heritage with progress, and with Sona, it brings a clean contemporary balance across applications. Here's how the type system comes together. Sona is used for all headings and body copy, giving the brand a modern, clean voice. Circular mono is reserved for accents and special moments, tying back to Rock Room's heritage. Together, they balance readability with character. Wattle yellow and eucalyptus green tie the palette to the Strathbogie Ranges. Softer, faded tones create a nostalgic, earthy feel that connects back to the land. Clear contrast keeps the brand legible and consistent. Always use the pairings on the left, avoid the ones on the right. Same goes with the logo. Rock Room photography is filmic, raw, and timeless, capturing landscape, light, and lived moments with authenticity. It creates a sense of calm and connection. All images shown in curved edges to reinforce a softer, welcoming identity. Rock Room merch makes the brand wearable. Wordmark and brand mark applied across the palette, extending the identity beyond the cabin. These tote bags show how the brand can live in everyday items, simple, useful, and connected to the Rock Room story. The cap carries the wordmark in a minimal way, while the matchbox ties directly to the Rock Room experience. Designed to be used for lighting fires both at the cabin and at home, striking a moment of calm. On social, Rock Room comes alive, consistent, warm, and inviting. This is the website in context. Clean, minimal, and immersive. Captures the atmosphere of Rock Room while making the booking journey simple and intuitive. Thank you. I hope this presentation has shown how Rock Room carries its heritage forward while creating meaningful modern escapes. Thank you very much for your time.